It's been 6 months since the BBC soap gave us a look into 2027, and a lot has happened. While we're no closer to answers on some of the events from the flash forward, other stories are starting to take shape. If you're a soap detective and have an intricate board detailing every clue, theory and red herring, complete with connecting pieces of string, then we fully respect you. We also understand if you've forgotten everything the episode revealed, and we'd forgive you for needing a refresh after all the life-changing events of the past few months in Walford. There has certainly been a lot to digest. But don't worry, we've worked tirelessly to explain everything that Enders teased in the episode in this handy guide. We've even got subheadings. You're welcome. Max's wedding. Wedding bells are ringing in Walford for serial romantic Max Branning, Jake Wood, on January 1, 2027, but the lucky, or perhaps not so bride remains a mystery. Fifth time lucky? Apparently not, as Max kicks off his wedding day in bed with another pregnant woman before he's met with an army of police, forced to jump out of a window, betrayed by his daughter, arrested for solicitation to murder, interviewed by the police, all before returning home to discover a gun-toting madman has kidnapped both of his children and is asking him to choose which one dies. Not only that, but the tuna tartar that Ian Beale, Adam Woodyard, had demanded for the wedding buffet has been swapped with pulled pork. Soap weddings rarely go off without a hitch or three, but this is taking the biscuit. Baby Ethan. Jack Branning, Scott Maslin, apparently has custody of baby Ethan. Who is baby Ethan? We've absolutely no idea, though a later discussion reveals that Max has apparently saved his and Jimmy's life at some point in the previous year. Is Ethan Jack's? Or more importantly, is he not Denise Fox's, Diane Parrish? Is that what's driven them apart? Could it have driven her all the way up the aisle with his brother, who she's previously had no time for? It's very possible baby Ethan is actually Penny Branning's, Kitty Castledine's son. The character is allowing Vinnie Panesar, Shiv Jalota, to believe he is the father, but it's actually Harry Mitchell, Elijah Holloway. Could Suki Panesaronwen Balvinder Sopal have had Penny killed, which is why Ethan is with Jack? What is Lauren up to? It's established early that Lauren Branning, Jacqueline Jassa, and Max aren't on good terms. She's willing to attend his wedding, but husband Peter Beale, Thomas Law, certainly isn't, especially after what happened. While brother Oscar, Pierre Counihan Moulier, is clearly in a much better place with their dad, Lawrence Steele. While booing her uncle Jack with the mysterious baby Ethan, Lauren receives a text asking her to meet in the usual place, and as she's briefly hiding Max at her house following his escape from his own home, he informs her that he knows exactly what she's been up to. She's later incredibly edgy in the presence of a mystery man, while being comforted by husband Peter Beale, Thomas Law. Back at home with Oscar, she receives another text, telling her it's decision time, and as she goes to leave, she's stopped by the same gun-toting man from before. Said man has since been confirmed as Mark Fowler Jr., Stephen Aaron Sipple. It's been heavily teased over the past few months that Lauren and Mark are going to have an affair, and she's already growing close to him due to the stolen car gig they are both involved in. When Max proclaims that he knows what she's doing, is he aware of an affair between the two? Is the decision she needs to make between Mark and Peter? More importantly, is she more like her dad than she wants to believe? The gunman. As with baby Ethan and Mystery Man, the gun-toting villain offers no clue as to his identity, but unlike the former, we also don't see his face. Does this indicate that he's someone that we know? Besides Phil Mitchell, Steve McFadden, and Ravi Gulati, Aaron Thiara, who else that lives on Albert Square has easy access to a gun and is proficient at kidnapping? We now know that Ravi's partner Priya Nandrahart, Sophie Conlevy, has slept with Max, which fuels the possibility Ravi will be the man with the gun. But surely neither of those would then later make Max choose one of his children to die? They've both been bad, but not that bad. Clearly Max has made a terrible enemy. Max's ties to crime? After being arrested for solicitation to murder, ordering a death, basically, the policeman in charge of the investigation asks Max about his criminal contacts. The swarm of armed police who earlier came to collect him also indicate that the authorities think Max is incredibly dangerous. Has Max stepped into the void left behind by Phil and Ravi as Walford's face of gangsterism? Honestly, I hope not. His earlier proclamations to Lauren, though, That he's mixed up in something bad but is totally innocent suggests that he's gotten in way over his head and hasn't inexplicably become a crime lord. Something big is going to happen, and Max is going to be seen as the bad guy, clearly. Lauren can't believe the wedding is going ahead given what happened. Kathy Beale, Gillian Tailforth, is equally shocked, and whatever happened had an impact on Ian, who's also had dealings with the bride. It'll also drive Jack and Max further apart, and make Max and Peter's relationship even worse. With his reputation still in tatters, what more could happen to solidify Max as the black sheep of his family? Who's the bride? While the lucky lady isn't confirmed throughout the entire episode, four candidates are revealed when Jack calls said bride to inform her of Max's arrest. Chelsea Fox, Zara Abrahams, Linda Carter, Kelly Bright, Cindy Beale, Michelle Collins, and Denise's phones suspiciously ring at the same time, and the reveal that Denise's daughter and Chelsea's sister Libby Fox, Belinda Owusu, is back lends credence to the theory that Max is marrying a fox. Chelsea described Max as fit in an episode prior to the flash-forward, when the pair shared some seriously flirty eye contact. Linda has a child with Max, and was the reason he decided to stay in Walford. Denise is the wild card here, though it was stated earlier in the episode that she and Jack are on bad terms. Perhaps the most damning hint to who the bride will be is the fact that next week, Cindy and Max are set to get engaged. However, we still have a long few months ahead of us before the big day. So there is every chance Max will ultimately end up betrothed to someone else. Who's in the bed? Knowing Max, it could be anyone. The person he spent the night with, though, is pregnant, and with a sonographic video shown the day before the flash forward, we're led to believe that Max is the dad. As Max's wedding is hardly being kept secret, we also assume that whoever the pregnant lady is, she's fully aware of Max's other life. Fingers crossed it isn't Jasmine Fisher, Indiana Donaldson Holness, whose granddad, Patrick Truman Rudolph Walker, confirms that Oscar is a Truman now, with the implication that they're still together. Or is he a Truman because he's now with Josh Goodwin, Joshua Vaughn? Surely Max wouldn't sleep with another of his children's partners. How did Nicola break her ankle? What happened to Nicola Mitchell, Laura Doddington? No idea, sorry. Maybe she tripped? The special flash-forward episode of EastEnders gave fans a jaw-dropping glimpse into New Year's Day 2027, teasing a year packed with weddings, betrayal, danger, mystery pregnancies, and a possible murder plot. At the center of it all was Max Branning, whose chaotic future left viewers with more questions than answers. The biggest reveal was a mystery wedding. The flash-forward confirmed that Max is preparing to walk down the aisle for the 5th time. Wedding invitation.